Yo, what's up guys? Today I'm gonna show you why Grudge is so much worse than it actually is, and why the engraving is way, way more grief and horrible. Now, when you read what Grudge does, it says damage plus 4, 10, 20% to boss, incoming damage plus 20%. This is what it says it does. This is not what it actually does. What it actually does is incoming damage not plus 20%. This is not what it does. It's total value plus 20%. Now, a lot of people are gonna be like, wait, what? What does that even mean? I'll show you what it actually means. This is a character. Its total value is 100. Now, when you have Grudge, that's your total value. Now, people are gonna be like, oh, it's because 20% extra damage taken, duh. Nope, not at all. That's not what it means. When you have 20% extra damage taken, it's your total value x 1.2. Now, if you do the math, now I take 120% extra damage. And you're gonna be like, oh, no shit. Right. Except, when you have Grudge, and you take, when you have Grudge, and let's say you have a wound stack or any debuff that makes you take increased damage taken, it's gonna be 120 x 1.2. What is that? What is 120.1.2? It's 144. Now, you see the difference. You go from 120 to 144, but let's say instead of having Grudge, I have 2 wound stack. You have a 1 wound stack with Grudge, and I have 2 wound stack and no Grudge. Now, the way it's calculated, it's 1.4 x 100. So now it's this. I'm at 140 and you're at 144. Why is that? Is because Grudge applies to the total value, while real incoming damage taken applies after your total value. It is so misleading that this is Grudge, and for all these years the engraving is way worse. It's so much worse than it reads, and no one bats an eye because it's the meta, the Korean meta. We have to listen to them and not do our own research, and then now you end up griefing yourself because you're sacrificing for 3% extra damage. You're sacrificing a total value that is so horrible to have. And I'll show you why it's actually way worse. Okay, now it's little stuff like that. Now let's say a lot of raids have stupid shit like you take 200% extra damage or some crazy debuff like that. Now 100 on my total value x 2, because I take 100% extra damage. Now I'm at 200. If you have Grudge, you're at 120 x 2. Now you take 240% extra damage just because of Grudge. I'm at 200% extra damage taken. You have 240. So you take 40% extra damage than I do without Grudge. That's pretty bad. And I see scenarios where people have 300 of that. 300 of that. So now with Grudge, you take 360% extra damage taken. Like, what the hell? Now, like, when I was doing like calculations, I wasn't even like, I figured that out like a long time ago, but it didn't click on my head how much worse Grudge actually was. In my head, it was because I was just doing 1.100 x 1.2 x 300. Let's say for 300% damage taken. I wasn't doing 320% like it should be. If you have Grudge, let's say if you have Grudge and you take 300% extra damage, it should be to 320. It should be this. This is what Grudge should do. But it does this instead. Which is so much worse. Alright, that's it for now, and catch you guys next time.